Good morning. It's Sunday morning and it's a wet Sunday morning. Apparently it's drying up later on. Well, I think it's my lucky day. I've got to put some air in the tyre and I was looking for a pound. I've actually just found one on the floor. Well, we're out today. I'm out today going to see a client. I never really go out on a Sunday. I think it's so important that you spend time with your family and have a day of rest. It's so important. And I sort of had a day of rest yesterday, but I need a little bit more today. But nevertheless, I'm going to go and see this client, and she's had a quote, okay, off a gentleman, and she's not totally 100% confident about whether he can deliver it or not, and he's been procrastinating about whether he can start the job or whether he can't. And I think you just need to be precise, just to reassure clients and give them a date and just be realistic about those dates. That's imperative. The other thing that Alison brought to mind this morning was the fact that who do you prioritize? And one of the things that came up, we were discussing, was that during this period we're going through at the moment, that you see a lot of industry, not just our industry, but people seem to be putting the prices up. And I haven't put my prices up. I've just maintained how we price and how we've always priced, and we've been realistic about the pricing, and it always fits the budget, and clients are always happy. There's always a little bit of room for those mistakes that we might make, and the customer shouldn't have to pay for that and shouldn't pay for your mistakes. But one of the things that we were actually talking about, Alice and I, was that the fact that a lot of old people are probably going to be taken advantage of at the moment. So I think if we get somebody, I think there's a gentleman that was looking for a patio, an elderly gentleman, senior gentleman, and we're going to try and prioritize getting out to see him to make sure that we give him a quote, and the reason for that is that we know that we deliver, and if we make mistakes, we go back and we're accountable, and we try to look after people. Well, I've got to show you this. I've just put the postcode in, and it was 5PE, not 5... what was it? It was 5AP, and it come up on Google 5EP. So it got confused between the A and the P, or whether I'd done that, but I'm on top of the world here. Well, I've arrived, and we got here, but sometimes you just can't always rely on your sat nav. Don't forget social distancing. Well, I always say this, but no, what a real nice lady. Her husband's he's on night, and he's having some rest. We went into the garden, we had a look around. She's had several quotes, and by all accounts, I think she had faith in the contractors that come up there, what they could do, but there was no imagination, and it was just going to end up looking like a motorway, basically. And I'm sure that there's some good contractors that they can lay some good paving, but I think it's getting that contractor that can actually make the difference with the attention to detail in design and shape. So one big area, it's part's going to be lawn, part's going to be patio, but it's how we bring those two areas together and how we compartmentalize the garden. There is two doorways, okay, big patio doors on either side, and we have to make those a feature. And again, we're going to be using a traditional product this time as opposed to porcelain. But the house itself is the Steelmaster's house. We're up the valleys, the Welsh valleys now, in Ebervale, and the house is one of the 4 houses, and they were the Steelmaster's houses. Big house as well, a traditional style house, so we have to reflect that in the garden. Otherwise there's no porcelain going to be laid on here, because I think it will stick out like a sore thumb. Well, this is where the steelworks was, and all new industrial units now. Thousands of people used to work here. Thousands. Yeah, just want to show you. This is Evervale. This is where British Steel was at one time, all on this low part here, and they're building all industrial units down here now. And this area used to employ thousands and thousands of people in the past, and it was well-paid jobs. And when it went, there was nothing to replace it. It's such a shame, but I suppose progress in some respect, and progress not for some. Well, before I put the bins out, it's Sunday night. Just been putting some salvias in and some roses. I must have shown this border loads of times, but I'm so pleased. This is the Salvia Caradonna, and I put those in last week. Somebody actually said to me that I was promoting Proctor's Nursery, and yeah, I am. Yes, without a doubt, because they got great plants. And we got some alliums and some roses. Sarah Raven the other week was talking about how roses work well with salvias, and you can see how that works there. And we got some alliums and some agapanthus in there. Some I always get them between hamacalis. Yeah, the daylily. There we are. We haven't got many flowers on there at the moment. I don't know where that is. I'll have to sort this rose out. We've got the box ball there, and some agapanthus again. The caradonna and the box ball. They are beautiful. They are really beautiful against that white trunk of that silver birch. And we've got some more here that I've planted. And just in here, look at the names of these. I want to show you. I've lost the label to that one over there, so I don't know what that one's called. But that one's called Salvia Wendy's Wish. And there is a flower on the one of them down here. I'll show you now. There we are. Some alliums there again. Let's have a look at some more salvias. It's great when they start covering the ground. If you look, I've started to put a bit of compost in there to enrich the ground, because this gets quite hard and on here, and it's taken me a while to actually get where I am, and just got to put some mulch on the top to keep the moisture in the ground. We've got some asters going on there, and there we are, some alliums again. And look at these. These are the black and blooms I showed the other week. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. And there's another little salvia there. It's called Salvia macrophylla Little Kiss. Beautiful little flower on there. And we've got these black and blooms. You can see that one is better on there. You can see that, absolutely gorgeous. And over here, there's some more. I've put a rose in here, okay? A rose, and then we have, there we are, that's, this one here is called, let's have a look now. They are Love and Wishes. That's what that one's called, Love and Wishes. And that one over there, I think, is called Wendy's Wish. And this one here is called Clotted Cream. I'm not sure if that was in the right place, to be honest. Against, you know, you can see the green against the white trunk of the silver birch. That works, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. I just love putting them in. I don't want it all regimental here. I want it sort of like a real cottage garden. I want it to flow in and out, and I want to cover the soil. I want that many plants in here. You just want the plants so you don't see any soil at all, and I'll get there eventually. And just have a little look back at that. It's coming on.